Well, hello. Just playing a bit of Skoog there to kick things off. Today's webinar, Getting to Grips with Skoog. This is Skoog. It's a tactile music interface created for use in education and all kinds of other places. I'm just looking to see if we've got any viewers at the moment, and I'm just going to pause the music here. Yeah, just seeing if we get any viewers. We're waiting for a couple of people to join us, so we'll just leave things out at the moment. A little bit of background on Skoog. Skoog is this is Skoog. It's an interface, but it comes with its own software. Essentially, this is a customizable music education device. Normally, well, not normally, but originally conceived of and used within special needs or for people with disabilities. So it's an interface that can be customized to suit an individual who is unable to possibly hold a flute, control their lungs to blow it, use a guitar, and do some kind of physical or cognitive impairment. It is, in fact, just an easy-to-play, tunable interface that can be used for a variety of different applications, specifically music therapy and education, but just for having fun, rocking out, controlling GarageBand, Logic, and all kinds of other stuff. So let's get started. What I'm going to do initially is I'm just going to run through the key features of the software. Essentially, this is a tactile. You can see me squeezing it. It's all soft and squeezy. Let's get a good. Whoa. It's a squeezy, no? It's tactile, customizable interface. I'm going to show you how the software works with that, how you can get this set up to support a range of different music making activities. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into a screen sharing mode. We're still waiting for a couple of people to join us, but I'm just going to press on with that. So I'm going to go into my Google Hang here. I'm going to do a full desktop screen share. There we go. And just before I enter in, oh, I've lost that. Wait a minute. Full desktop screen share, please. There we are. Start screen share. And then I'm just going to present to everyone. There we go. I'm just going to shift this to the first thing I'm going to do is enable the Q&A app on here. So if anyone's got any questions, please, you type it into the Q&A app. I should be able to keep an eye on those questions and see them there. And here you can see me. Hello. Hello. You can see what I'm doing on the Skoog. And hopefully now as well, you can see my software. Here it is, with the main audio bar and the Skoog settings, Skoog window here. So what I'm going to do is very quickly give you a quick tour of the software, and then we're going to look at a couple of videos to explore different ways it's being used and different ways you can use it in your teaching or different applications. So this is my Skoog. Very important on a physical front, it's sensitive everywhere. So not just the buttons, but all on the white bits too. It's got sensitive white bits. And what that means is it can be played in a variety of different ways, different styles, different body parts. The coloured buttons indicate each side and allow you to differentiate and use that for playing coloured scores and different things. The curved nature of that on a flat surface communicates a lot about touch, tactility, and gives affordances and guiding people non-verbally as to how to interact with it. But essentially, it's a customizable interface that has got 5 active zones each time, which means you can have 5 different things at a time. The way that we do that is we set up to be an instrument. So to choose different instrument sounds on the Skoog in the software here, you simply go to the Instrument Selection tab, and there is a pictographic menu. So if I want to choose a guitar, I click on the image of the guitar there, and it will load up past the spinning wheel of doom. There we go. And And then if I want to change, then you choose an instrument, then you assign a set of notes to that instrument, 5 notes at a time. They can be changed, they can be added to, you can be anything you like. And to set the notes, I go to the Notes tab here. 3 ways of setting the notes. I can use preset scales, major, minor, choose an octave, lower is lower, and higher is higher. Okay, I can set the notes manually by going to user defined, click on a color, flashes on the keyboard, select somewhere else, set it. I can save those notes when they're set up in a custom way. I can also transpose, and that'll shift the whole pattern up or down the keyboard by semitones. And I can also tune by ear. Very useful. I can load in preset sets of notes here. Go here, and it opens a dialog box. I can navigate to a set of notes that I've done before, load them in, or use presets downloaded from the Skoog website, or notes that I've saved myself. Okay, so there's the 2 key things: choosing an instrument sound, setting the notes for that. The pentatonic presets make it really great for improvisation, supporting kind of creative musical play and giving people a fun music play experience, or being able to be creative without the worry or the need, am I hitting the right notes, all that kind of stuff. Supports kind of Kadai and Orff kind of methods in that sense, and just general kind of inclusion and engagement and creativity. If you want to set the notes manually and play particular scores and melodies, you can do that. You can bring in new sets of notes by dragging them in at different periods. We have lots of online guides as to how to be able to set up and orchestrate things for Skoog if you look for things with more than one note, more than 5 notes in terms of the patterning and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of flexibility, but the interface is this kind of simple cube. It's very robust cognitively and very easy to use. So choose an instrument, set the notes. You can customize here, you can see the sensitivity. So at the moment, let's turn it down. Let's show you this. If I turn it right down, I have to press, look, I press really quite hard to get the note, right? And as I move up, you'll see the foam compress less. And it's obviously sensitive to the amount of touch, so quiet or loud, quiet or loud. Or I can make it more sensitive and now hardly compressing. Just tapping it there. So it can be customized. Down here we can make it monophonic or polyphonic. Okay, and with the polyphonic you can play up to 3 at a time, but you can't play against yourself, because it is the actual physical deformation of the foam and the sensors affected inside that give you the different notes. That's just a physical fact of the device. So up to 3 at a time in terms of polyphony, but you can't play opposing sides. Okay, put it back to mono there just now. And that's the kind of key core functionality that we find is used a lot in schools. It will also do sampling, and it will also do MIDI. I can connect up to Logic or something like that and use it as a controller for any kind of MIDI kind of patch or software that I've got in there. That we've got Logic just pumping up and now I can, oh, I need to set the, I would be able to do that, otherwise I can set the sound up properly on Logic to do that. Now I've just got an email from one of the attendees today, and he's not, so I am on the line today now, waiting for you. So just give me a moment. I'm just going to reply to Andy. He's one of our Skoogists in Sweden who's taking part today. It could be that he didn't get the details. Let's go back into Google just now and let's see if we can do a direct invite through there just to make sure that he's happy and doing the Hangout. I'll just copy his email address. Oh, you'll be seeing all of my email and everything there. So let's get out of the screen share. Let's go back to me. There we go. Now I'm just going to go here and see if I can So hopefully Andy will have got that. And we might have to start, I might start again briefly, but hopefully he'll be online. Let's see if we can see him. Not getting any viewers now. Let's take a check on my email here. Not sure what's going on there. So we'll see what happens, Andy. So that's in terms of demonstrating the kind of core functionality. So yes, we can turn ready on, turn it off. It also does sampling here. We have buffers, we can load stuff in. There's some built-in resources in the color following. There's also more advanced sensitivity adjustment. But let's wait and see if we can get Andy online. Still not coming through. Let's see. Let's check my email. Let's see if that's coming on. Andy, are you there? Let's just let him know. Resend the invite. There we go. Send that again. So hopefully we might get Andy joining us. I might wait just a minute to see if I can see him pop up on here. It maybe takes a little while. A little bit about the background of Skoog. Skoog, this lovely instrument, was created in partnership with local authorities across Scotland. It was a participatory design project that was run for 2 years between 2006 and 2008, where we worked with a range of different users, from really quite profoundly disabled young people right through to people in care homes, able-bodied, people in all kinds of different institutions, anywhere where people face barriers to making music in a more traditional context. And by that I mean using a traditional instrument which requires a certain degree of physical skill or knowledge of the instrument and musical kind of theory knowledge in that sense. Let's see what Andy's saying. I've got a response from here. Weird, do you hear me calling you? Oh, Andy, it is a public hangout. Let's see, that's weird. I've sent an invite again, and he needs to join that. I'm not sure. Let's try and invite him again. There we go. Oh, it's not public hangout. Let's try Andy. Oh, it's not Andy. Let's go this way. Let's try this. Andy. Let's get his email from my email account here. Let's try him again. Let's try and invite him again. Hopefully we can get him added. Online in the in Norway, Sweden is around. And this will be servicing our Skoog, all your Skoog needs in that area. Hopefully we can get him posted in. Yeah, so it was a really extensive period of research working with a range of different abilities. And we created this, which is Skoog. And since 2010 when it was launched, the software and the support has evolved really quite considerably. And there's a range of resources which I'd also like to touch on in this webinar. I believe we have Andy online now. Hello, sir. Good afternoon. I'll go back a little bit. I've been talking a little bit about the background to Skoog and that kind of thing whilst we've been waiting. And what I'd like to do first off is to enter a screen sharing mode. Although, oh no, I've got another message from Andy. It says it's not working. Is it working? Oh dear. Well, what we're going to do, I'm going to quit this webinar because it's just Andy who we're trying to connect with, and say goodbye to you, world of the internet. And then I'm going to try and dial Andy back in on a new connection. So goodbye for now, and I hope to see you all again soon. And I'll see if I can connect with Andy individually.